Should I just like have my quad flex?
It's Flex Friday.
So
let's just flex all week.
Hashtag banter.
Hashtag the Rachael and Amanda Go HQ Extraordinaire.
GOH.
Double up. Double up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Welcome to Go HQ. This is our weekly podcast. I am Coach Amanda Radford, and with me today is Coach Rachael Brock. And we're going to be talking to you about HIIT versus steady state cardio. So we're going to go into the benefits of both and how they should both be incorporated into your daily fitness routine.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by defining what HIIT is, high intensity interval training, so that's what HIIT stands for. So HIIT is short bouts of intense exercise followed by a rest period, which can be either active rest or just complete rest. So these intervals can last from 30 seconds to 8 minutes long. So just a really short time period followed by a certain amount of rest can be equal rest, shorter rest. Just the point is we're getting our heart rate up really high and then low again.
Okay, good. Whereas steady state is more so you're keeping things steady throughout your entire course. You're usually going for longer bouts with this type of cardio workout, and you're keeping your heart rate at a nice steady level the entire time, which really helps to like build both your heart health and your lung health throughout. So let's talk about the heart rates. I know you were talking about the heart rate zone for HIIT.
Yeah.
So kind of hit on that.
Okay. HIIT. Let's hit on HIIT.
Let's hit on HIIT.
So during HIIT, you're going to be during the high intensity intervals, you're going to be around 80 to 95% of your heart rate max. And that's during the working interval. So you're going to go back down a little bit lower. You can't stay that high for 20 minutes. So you're going up and down, hitting almost close to your max during the intense periods.
And about how long, how long is a HIIT typically?
I mean, it can last anywhere from like a 10 to 30, like total. So I wouldn't say it can go over that, right? Because you're gonna get really tired just because you're going way up in that heart rate. So about total of 20 to 30 minutes, and that's including your rest.
Okay, sounds good. Whereas with steady state cardio, you're typically keeping your heart rate between 60 to 70% of your max heart rate zone, and that's going to keep you the entire time. You're usually you need to have at least like 30 minutes up to an hour for this type of workout, because you're going to be keeping your heart rate nice and steady throughout the entire workout.
Right, and that's where the 60 to 70%, that is your heart health zone and your fat burning zone. So that's what's good to stay in that range. So we're going to talk about the different energy zones for both HIIT and cardio. So for the HIIT, we're going to be anaerobic, which just means we aren't using oxygen as fuel. Okay. My fuel is going to come more from carbs rather than fats. So my body is anaerobically providing energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Whereas aerobic is more so used in steady state cardio, where you are using oxygen and you're typically diving into those fat stores more.
Right.
So typically it's for longer time periods, so you are burning more fat per se.
Right. Percentage of fat.
Percentage of fat.
Right.
Right. It kind of gets tricky there, but
yeah.
So like give an example, like you were talking about if you did like a 20-minute.
Okay. Yeah. So for the calories from each, so say if I do a 20-minute HIIT workout and Amanda does a 20-minute cardio workout, talking about the boat, she's staying at 60 to 70% and I'm going way up to almost 95% of my heart rate max. In the same time period, I'm going to burn more calories. So say I burn 200 calories in my workout, she burns 100. You're burning more fat percentage in her workout. Right? But I'm burning a lower percentage of fat. So say she's burning 100 calories, say 90% of that is coming from straight fat. That's 90 calories. Okay, well I burned 200 calories in the same amount of time, but only 50% of mine is coming from fat. That's still 100 calories, right? So I'm still burning 10 more calories than you did in that same amount of workouts, or 10 more calories of fat, which is kind of what we want to burn off, right?
Right. Okay. That's kind of like our goal, ultimately.
Yeah. Right, most goal is to just burn fat.
Yeah, cool. Typically. So we talked about the calorie expenditures, so let's dive into the benefits of each, because there's benefits with each. Honestly, you want to kind of have like a nice mix of both of these types of workouts.
Yeah, they're both, I mean, there's not one is better than the other. It's great to incorporate both of these. So something with HIIT, like definitely people with busier schedules, HIIT is going to benefit you more. if you only have like 3 days a week to work out and like 30 minutes, you only have 30 minutes 3 days a week, you're gonna want to go for the HIIT exercise just because you're reaping all those benefits in a shorter amount of time. So definitely get into that kind of stuff if you are on a time crunch. And another thing about the benefits from cardio,
definitely with recovery, like on those days when you're really diving into those HIIT workouts, it's really strenuous on you, both mentally as well as physically.
Right,
You're putting a lot of expenditure out. So you really want to have more of a recovery time after a HIIT workout. Yeah. Whereas with steady state cardio, I kind of mix those in on my days off.
Yeah,
it's kind of like my active rest day.
Yeah.
So it's less recovery time. You know, it's less mentally challenging. You can go out there and run for 45 minutes. You can get on an elliptical for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, where that steady state you can go for an hour, and where it's HIIT, you're just like, it's mentally, you're like, oh, keep pushing,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
But it's like, if you're just sitting on the elliptical, you're like, okay, like flip.
Yes.
I mean, I think running's a little bit different than elliptical or bike or something like that, but.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
And then talk about stamina a little bit.
Okay, yeah, so if you're like first starting to get into fitness, cardio is kind of the way to go to introduce yourself to fitness, just to build that like baseline stamina, just to get going. So just starting to walk, stuff like that, because it is a less recovery time. So say you've been out of working out for like 2 years and jump into a HIIT workout, it's going to take you way longer to recover. So if you are just starting to get into HIIT exercise, supplement with some cardio, because that way, you're not, on those days you're recovering, you can supplement in with cardio instead of just taking all that time off. So that's why they're both really great, and you're getting great benefits for your heart and lungs for both.
With both, for
cholesterol, body fat, everything like that.
Heart and lung health, for sure. You can get off your blood pressure meds, your cholesterol meds.
Blood pressure.
Definitely, if you're like interested in learning more about HIIT, it's great to hire a trainer, of course. Either Rachael or myself. Yep. We can definitely incorporate both types of workouts. We do a lot of HIIT here.
Right. So your class, you kind of do interval training, and you do a longer workout. So even for like fit campers, so if you're in fit camp or do any kind of like where we do the 20-minute AMRAP, that's going to be more into the cardio. We're getting more into aerobic, where as we switch it up and do things like Tabata, that's an example of the HIIT, where you're getting your heart rate's getting up way high.
So we're bringing it back down.
Tabata is 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. So really short, intense period followed by a little recovery time.
And you can mix that up too with Tabata. You can do like something like jump squats.
Oh yeah, that's what we were saying, which we wanted to touch on, is that like HIIT can be with any type of exercise.
Any type of exercise.
Running, biking, squats, anything, like burpees, seriously anything, any type of exercise.
Yep.
And
you don't need a lot of equipment.
Right. And I guess it can be kind of like intimidating, right, to hear the word high intensity.
Right.
So.
But it's not. I mean, it's nothing to be really like scared about, It's just two completely different methods of training.
Right. And which is like both really modifiable, so we can modify for both.
Like you have a new class now, right? With the power boot?
Yep. Power boot
on Tuesday, Thursdays?
Yep.
And that's mostly, what are you doing, body weight? Or?
Yeah, a lot of body weight training, dumbbells, kettlebells, stuff like that. So we're getting into more of the interval training, a little bit of cardio, so big mix of both.
That's awesome.
And so.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely, there's pros of each method, and so definitely like find myself or Rachael, and we can talk to you more about it. And hope you're having a great Friday. We're out, right?
Yeah, or whatever day it is. It's going to be Sunday when we post this. Have a great Sunday. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Have a great
Happy
week.
Friday.
#HIIT, #cardio, #GoHQ.